Hey everybody, okay, so today is Monday and it's President's Day and I'm out of school. So I thought I would do a video. And this video is going to be about the term throwing shade and what that means in, just like slang terms and what it means in just like in everyday speaking, and what it means in the pagan witchy community. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give you the definition of throwing shade. Throwing shade is when you look at when somebody comes at you with mad disrespect, with a lot of disrespect. So when a person, let me give you an example. Let's say you sit next to somebody, you on the bus or you on the airplane or something, and this person looks you up and down, and then they give you a stink face, and then that's throwing shade. And they or let's say you in a mall or something, and then somebody just got the nerve to point out of nowhere that your bag is a fake, your bag is a catch, not a coach, or a fake product. That's throwing shade. So let me give you what I feel the definition of throwing shade is for the pagan witchy community. When you throw shade, you are literally just throwing shade. You are throwing out negative energy to people. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And so here's what I picture that as. I look at the person on my left, and then I look them up and down, and then I turn to my friend on my right, who is just, on my right, there with me, we having a good time. And I look at that person and I say, this person right here, her shoes is fake. Them is not real Jordans. Them is not real Versace, whatever. And so that is throwing shade. And then at that moment, from between looking this girl up and down, giving her a stink face, and then turning to my friend and telling her, them shoes is fake, that ain't a real bag, this and that, I just became a negative volcano. Like, I am throwing out shade. I'm throwing out shade like I'm a sun casting a shadow. You are just spewing out negative energy. And let me tell you, don't nobody want that. I don't want it. You don't want it. The person on the right don't want it. The person on the left don't want it. They don't want it. So, as pagans in the witchy community, and y'all used to know, and like some of the older generations, some of you that grew up in the 90s and some of you that were like in your 20s in the 90s, y'all know that when y'all used to call somebody shady, like, that dude is shady. He can't be trusted. Shady is being shady. You are negative in some way or shape or form. You throw negative energy out in some way, shape, or form. Hold on, I gotta take a bite of my breath. My mama made brownies, y'all. Best brownies ever. You is shady in some way, shape, or form. All them people leaving negative comments on other people's videos, they throwing shade. They are negative volcanoes throwing out negativity that we don't need in the world. Let me give you an example. I got this kid at school, and I got this kid at school, and me and this kid been having beef forever since like first grade. And this kid is a drama starter, and he got his two little backups, Tweedle D and Tweedle can't speak for his damn self. And so they back him up. So it's basically 3 against 1. And between the 3 of them, they are the shadiest people I know. They are just like shade. Like when the sun blacks out because of the clouds, because the clouds are so thick and dark and it's about to rain. That's the kind of shade they put down. You look at them and you just see the darkness in them. But they like to act like they're friends with people when the truth of the matter is they talk about anybody and everybody behind their back. They talk about each other behind their back. So, and one of the people was a transfer into our school last year. And so I tried to tell him, I tried to steer him away from these people because you can't respect any of them now. But there was just 2 that you really couldn't respect from the get-go because they thought they was better than everybody. That has not changed. They still think they're better than everybody, but now it's just 3 of them that think they're better than everybody. And so, I just get so frustrated talking about it too. And this is what a shade thrower do. They feed off of the negative energy. Because they throw shade and they know that if they throw shade, somebody gonna throw it back. if they spew out negative energy, they expect somebody to spew it back. And you know, me being a teenager, I'm not in full control of my body or thoughts. I just say stuff sometimes. So when I talk about his mama, you know, and like I have respect for moms, but not his mom, because she did the most unadult thing ever. How do you pull somebody else's child? You know what? We ain't even gonna talk about his mom. But when I talked about his mom, I did it out of anger and resentment. Like, if his mom had been there for me to apologize, I would be like, I'm sorry, because you got dragged into something that ain't got nothing to do with you. It's between me, your son, and maybe even your daughter, if she could learn to keep her nose out of other people's business. And you know what? If they see this video, I hope they comment. I want them to leave a comment so I can go to school and then verbalize my anger to their faces. Because I will go off. I will shut it down. I will shut it down in the physical sense, in which that he will not be getting up off the floor. And then I will come back to my house and shut it down in the witchy sense, in the sense that he will never ever have a job, never be taken care of, won't have fresh clean clothes or nothing. His house, he'll be out on the street. And that's just how I would set it down. He would be haunted for the rest of his life, curses, hexes, whatever I will do to make it just get ugly. And you know what? This video just got really off track, but as long as I'm ranting, I'm on the rant roll. We're not only going to talk about throwing shade, we're going to talk about people that throw shade, but they do it, you know, we're trying to disguise it as a compliment. Like, oh, you know, that shirt is cute, but it looked like my 3-year-old brother could wear it. What you trying to say? You can't disguise shade with sunlight. It's shade. Shade is shade. You don't throw shade at somebody unless unless you are ready to get thrown, unless you are ready to have shade thrown at you. Excuse me, y'all. And when I say that, I mean, basically what I'm saying is the golden rule. If you don't want people to throw shade at you, don't throw shade at others. Because you know what? I could talk all day about this and that and what this person has done to me. But at the end of the day, we have thrown so much shade at each other that it's just a cycle now. And let me tell you, this person, I feel, is a vampire, an energy vampire, in the way that they feed off of negative energy. In the way that they will go talk about somebody. They will go talk about somebody, and then they want them to respond in a negative manner. And you know what? I realized that there was a point where I didn't even pay them no mind. And when I didn't pay them no mind, that's when they were the most upset, because they weren't getting what they needed. You know, they were really upset because they weren't getting the energy that they feed off of. And you know what? I secretly think that everybody is an energy vampire of some type. You know, whether it be in a positive way or a negative way. But honestly, if I see this person and I know they're throwing shade now, I know that I can just avoid them, because they are just negative energy. And that negative energy is eventually going to come back to them threefold, if not more so. And, you know, that's not based off of like just a Wiccan thought. That's just based off of life in general. I mean, you can't throw shade at somebody all your life. And, you know, mind you, we are teenagers, and this has been most of his life since we've known each other since first grade. You can't throw shade at somebody most of your life and expect to get away with this scot-free. So I either expect for us to be at like our high school reunion and him to be broke down, bald, and not have nobody in his life while I'm successful, living my life like it's golden, with somebody married to somebody. I was about to say husband. When I'm married to somebody with kids and living in a big old penthouse in the sky. And you know, you just gotta expect karma to come around. Now, if you gotta help karma, but like if karma chooses to use your fist, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You know, karma work in a mysterious way. We don't know. We can't understand karma. But you know, if like energy, you know, like if karma just gonna be like pow, you know, I can't help that. But you know, throwing shade is something that I'm not recommending. I'm not saying that like if when you notice somebody throwing shade, you need to throw it back. What I'm trying to say is that we, as a pagan, community, as a witchy community, as a Wiccan community, as whatever community you think you are in, we need to know that the energy that they are spewing out, we can't spew out because we know that it'll get stuck. It'll get stuck to us. It'll not only stick to the people we're spewing it at, but it'll get stuck to us. And so what we know from that is that negative energy will attract negative energy and negative results and negative this and that. It'll just attract negativity in general. So the moral of this story, and I guess my rant, is don't throw shade because shady people eventually get what's coming to them. Bye.